Hello and welcome to this week's question and answer video. My name is David. This channel is DeMars Coaching, and I'm answering your guys' questions from the last question and answer video from last week. Anybody have questions? Ask me anything you want. Usually we're talking about mental illness, mental health, what causes it, how to make it better, what to do about people that have it around us. So ask anything you want, please, and go down in the comment section down below and ask your question. I'll answer it in the next question and answer video. Sorry if I'm a little flushed today. It's really hot in here and I'm not going to run the air conditioner. So I like to recommend something every week to you guys. Oh, but first I want to recommend the Stop Narcissistic Online Bullying Petition. It's from change.org. I believe the link is change.org/stop bullies. The link will be right down in the description box and also right down in the comment section. I implore you, please, if you don't like abuse, if you've been abused, if you're a victim of smear campaigns, or you've seen it, you don't like it, if you don't want people to do this to each other anymore, if you want society to be a better, healthier, more positive environment, please hit the link and hit yes. That's it. Okay? It's not getting very much support. I have 42,000 subscribers and only 1,000 of you have signed it in over a year. So it'd be really nice if you guys don't like abusive people to fight back, stand up, and just hit 2 buttons. Thank you very much. What I want to recommend this week is something I've recommended a couple times before at least. But Rory's question here kind of sparked me to suggest it again. What I'm suggesting is a hormone. It's an over-the-counter hormone here in the United States. It's called Oxytocin. I'm going to get into exactly what it is because I remember somebody else's question generally about this kind of stuff. But Oxytocin is a hormone you already have. If you've been suffering from abuse and trauma, if you are depressed, you're anxious, you have trouble sleeping, eating, you are low in oxytocin. There's a novelty item available, and that's what it is. It's a novelty item, but it does have oxytocin in it. It's just low amounts. I recommend using a lot, but first always check in with your doctor. Okay, do your research on your own or ask your doctor if this is safe for you. There are negative reactions for some people. I have not heard any personally yet after hundreds of people trying it, but I promise you it's amazing stuff. And if we're low in it, then we need it. If you go ask your doctor and they say no without knowing your levels, they're not really caring for you. Okay? It will help with sleep, chronic pain, depression, anxiety. It's called the love hormone or the hug hormone or the trust hormone, and helps us trust people again. Helps us get over loss. Okay? It's just a miracle thing for us. Okay? You can get it at your doctor, from your doctor. That's way better. They do dissolvable pills. That's the way they give hormones. Otherwise, it's a nasal spray. It is amazing. It changed my life. Total game changer in my recovery. Got 8 hours sleep for the first time in my life. Looking forward to bed. Life just became a more positive, better place with just my levels going up. Okay? And Rory's question. Rory's from Ohio. Hi, Rory. I have a question about something you recommended a while back, OxyPure, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Every time I use it, I seem to sneeze. I try really hard not to for a minute, don't want to sneeze it all out. Does this happen to you? I will hold the sneeze back waiting for your answer. Go ahead and sneeze. Yeah, it's happened to me, and I've heard it happen to other people. Not everyone. Yeah, I don't think it's oxytocin that you're like allergic reaction to because you already have it in your body, but I would imagine it's something to do with the nasal spray getting in your nose. Might be more sensitive. Most people like us are. My sensitivities was my whole head. I mean, just insane. Every noise was too loud. Every light was too bright. Every smell was too strong. Everything. It's not as bad now, so it doesn't really make me do that. But yeah, it's a natural reaction I've heard from some people. So OxyPure is the item. OxyPure, OXYPURE, nasal spray. I have a link down below where you can get it at walmart.com for $35. It's normally $50. It's the only place I've been able to find it on sale. It's not even on Amazon right now. And for the rest of you outside the United States, I don't know any other country that allows you to buy it over the counter. I'm sorry, but you can get it from your doctor. And if your doctor won't give it to you and doesn't care about your levels, again, that's not the care you need. You can tell them that. You can tell them I said that. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? Doc, I would like some hormones. I believe I'm low. No, you don't need them. Okay. That's it. Hey, Doc, I need some testosterone. My levels are low. Oh, no, you don't. Low-level testosterone is dangerous. Low-level oxytocin sucks. Sucks. Okay? Ask me any questions you guys have about it if you want to, as you look it up, and let me get into the questions. All I ask is you guys, please leave your location. Tell us where you are. Thank you. And so, Bud Happy Marvin Spays, don't know where you're from, let us know next time. I had a relationship with a borderline a few years back. Uh-oh. And it's a few years now. Broke it off because he was so abusive and toxic towards me, constantly gaslighting me, lying to me, cheating, etc. And this person won't let me go after I told him it's over. He stalks and harasses me nonstop for years, scaring the crap out of myself. I'm sorry. Thinking I might get murdered or something eventually, also constantly smearing my reputation to my family, coworkers, my YouTube partners behind my back. It ended up me being completely isolated from everyone I was close to. It has been a long, stressful journey. I eventually kept record of everything since last year, including screenshots, etc. Got the police involved, and it's being taken care of. Yes, good. Been seeing a psychiatrist every 2 weeks since 6 months ago. All he has to do is bother me again, and he gets arrested by the cops, and you can press charges. Beautiful. Beautiful. And good for you for standing up for yourself and fighting, being courageous under such stressful conditions with such a with a person you have, I imagine, have all these horrible experiences with. You know, that's not what we want to do afterwards, right? And I know it sucks, but good for you. I hope all of you listened to that. Don't accept harassment. Don't. And so much of this is brand new. Not harassment, but it's on the rise big time. And with the internet, it's huge on the rise. With cyberbullying, cyber harassment, cyber stalking. Support the petition. It'll help. Okay? The petition is aimed right at the CEO of YouTube and Facebook, and I'll put others on there too, to make them accountable, because they come out on TV and say, oh, we don't support harassment at all. But they allow it to happen to people for years. For years, and do nothing. They're just completely full of shit, is what they are. They need to be held accountable. So a petition like this is staring right in their face, and they have to do something about it. Okay? And it also goes to the government board that regulates them, and the senators. Thank you, and I'm sorry for your experience, but good for you. Good job. I hope you feel good and have some power back that's been taken from you. Rory, again, good morning, David. Should be a warmer day here in Ohio. Why does it seem the whole country seems to blame the victim? Is it because they are afraid to look inward or to introspect? Maybe they're afraid what they may see. Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with it. There's the group mentality. And we all do what the group does, like a bunch of sheep, right? I brought this up recently, but I saw a video where a woman was assaulted, sexually, and a whole bunch of people sat there and watched the whole thing. No one did a thing. Literally. It's just grotesque. Just a bunch of people on a subway watched a man do it to another woman. Beat her, raped her, everything. Did nothing. Because we don't want to be the first one, the only one. That's a part of it. I think a lot of us fail to take accountability for our own actions. It's hard enough to do that, let alone take accountability for others' actions or stand up and do something about it. One of my favorite quotes is Einstein. It's not about the evil people in the world, it's about the people that do nothing about it. We have to accept that there's people like this, but we don't have to accept it into our life. Big difference between empathy and sympathy. There's a lot of people out there, some of you guys, that pride themselves on being what's called an empath, as if, almost everyone has empathy. Even sociopaths have some empathy. It's not that courageous to just say, I have lots of empathy. And it comes from victimized people that say, I just care too much about the people that abuse me. And that's not empathy, by the way. So I think people are really misguided in calling themselves empaths when it's just we allow people to beat us and hurt us and lie to us and cheat on us. It's not empathetic. My petition, right? 42,000 subscribers for over a year now. Only 1,000 people have signed it. All you have to do is touch it and say yes. Around the world, globally. People just won't. They don't care. It didn't happen to them. So it doesn't directly affect me. Who cares? That's a serious lack of empathy. So out of the 6 million views I've had on this channel, why only 1,000 people support bullying online and smearing and attacking? They don't like that. They don't like it, but they won't support it. Won't just hit 2 buttons. So people are lacking empathy, but what's really sad is when people lack sympathy. It has to directly involve me. And even if it has, it's not now. So who cares? Because I know many of you who won't support this petition have been affected by smear campaigns and bullying. It's amazing. You still won't support it. You still won't fight it. It has to be directly, it has to be exactly what you guys went through. Exactly the same for you guys to sympathize. Okay? Thank you, Rory. Victoria from the Bay Area. After not being invited to family parties for quite a long time, I can tell you how awesome it was to have a room full of people that truly love and miss you. My bully never showed up at the party. She kept calling her daughter, who I was talking to, and making plans to meet my new nieces and nephew. Now I understand why you asked. Come up with another reason why you want to go. It's because I love these people. That's so beautiful. I loved reading that. One little question just makes you fully see yourself in who you are and why you're doing things and what's important to you. Thanks for sharing that, Victoria. I really appreciate that. That was beautiful. And Willa. Hi, Willa. Excellent question, Rory. When you invest in someone else, it can easily turn into a bad investment. Yes, it can. That's why we don't invest in people. We invest in the relationships we have with them. Ones that we're committed to. We invest in. We don't need a person. We have emotional needs that must be met in the relationship. I don't value someone. I value the relationship I have with them. I don't invest in a person. I invest in the relationship I have with them. Make sense? Thank you, Willa. Good to see you again. Always. Willa's a longtime supporter of the channel. Emily Taylor from Latvia. Hi, Emily. Thank you very much for the Q&A. I do not have any questions, but I am checking in as this valuable information is necessary at this stage of my life. Thanks for checking in, Emily. Always. Another awesome supporter of the channel. Hope you're well and your family. And let's see. Luz Baby Girl from Kansas. I've been in therapy for a few months currently. Have been in therapy before. It's really helping me more this time. I think because I was ready this time. Therapy works for me, and I think it can help others. I know it does. Not I know it can. It does. And it's the #1 thing that cures us. And if we need it, there is no supplement. If you've had traumatic relationships, you need therapy. Neglectful childhood, therapy. Anxiety, depression, can't sleep, therapy. Something bothering you in the past, recent past, therapy. There's no supplement, guys. You can take Oxytocin. You can take vitamins. You can take all the drugs the psychiatrist tells you to, all the sleep medication, all the anti-anxiety medication you want, all the antidepressants you want. It's not cures, and it will never be a cure. Okay? Thank you. Really, thank you for sharing that. You guys, please, if you have experiences like that, it really helps to share them for other people, to help them motivate them into, or have some courage to make some big changes in their life. It helps. Thank you. Monica. Oh gosh, I forgot where you're from. Monica, I'm sorry. For some reason I want to say Mexico. I've met groups of people. One's who like to drink a lot, who say they're welcoming to others, but their actions say different and they really believe they're welcoming when they're really not. Why is this? And it's true. A lot of people tell you, I really value honesty, and you catch them in lies. I really value loyalty, and they talk bad about you behind their back. I really value respect, and they're disrespectful to you. And it's exactly, they believe it too. So it's hard when someone's telling you who they are, when you're trying to get to know them, but they're completely inaccurate, and they believe it. It takes even longer than you think to get to know someone. Some of you people are just finally learning who someone is that you've loved for years. Just now. Unstable. Lacking self-awareness. Okay? These are contradictory behaviors that we look for in people. Red flags, signs that someone's not aware who they are. Lacking self-awareness, unstable, or just manipulative. Either way, be careful. Don't get too close to them. Most people who do not know who they are don't really care who you are. Will never take the time to find out. They'll label you, objectify you, blame you, accuse you. Okay? Thank you, Monica. Rory again. About a month ago, I saw a statement. You can choose to be happy. I forgot to ask you about if you thought this was true today when I went to bring the trash cans up from the curb. Some of the trash was laying on the side of the street. None that I recognized as mine, but I picked it up. Amongst it, well, that was nice of you. Amongst it was a t-shirt folded. I opened it up. It had a beautiful rainbow and the words, "You can't take my happy." I thought how profound and strong was the person that wore this shirt. I couldn't throw it away. Thanks for listening. That's nice. If you don't want it, donate it. Yeah, I've said this many times, multiple times in videos. Okay? Happiness is not a state of being. It's a fleeting emotion. Okay, some are more long-term. Depression, maybe, right? Depression just doesn't come and go throughout the day. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, but happiness is fleeting, right? And you know, emotions are like layers of an onion. I mean, we can be happy and sad, excited and bored about all kinds of different things that are going on. Okay? So I have, you know, you guys all think that narcissists are so happy. Well, inside that is depression and insecurity, massive, probably anxiety, right? And then moments of happiness because they win a race. How long do you think that lasts? Till they get home and fight with their wife, their husband? That's it. Especially if they keep doing it. If you know a narcissist that likes to compete, like they all do, and they prize themselves on first place, well, you're not always going to get first place. And if you keep doing it, it's really not going to have the same impact. Happy, happy, happy. I mean, do you know anyone who's happy all the time? No, I know people that are in good moods quite often, you know, but no one's can be happy. It's not a state of being. Or even when I'm happy, there are other emotions in my life, I hope to, you know, geez. But you can choose it. Absolutely. Why not? You could choose to be sad. You could choose to be angry. I'm not saying you can necessarily completely control your emotions. We can regulate them, and we can choose our environment a little bit. We have a little bit of control. I'm not saying I can change and control my environment, but I don't have to stay in this one. I can go to another one. I can make it a little prettier and brighter. Yeah, my attitude is everything. Everything. Let your attitude be your compass. That'll guide you well. We find what we're looking for. We draw on what we're scared of. Okay? Thank you, Rory. Again, great questions. Angela. I think it's Jill. Jill Alcock. Yes, my ex had what he called rules and regulations that I had to follow, but he didn't. It's insane. What the hell was wrong with me to even listen to this clown? I never took it seriously because it was so ridiculous. But really? Well, whether you followed them or broke them, it was stressful, Jill. Okay? And so, you know, what the hell was wrong with you? I don't say something was so wrong with you, but there's some conditioning involved in this. A little self-worth fluctuating there, and self-respect even more. So you don't have to follow them. You can fight them, but you stayed with them. And it caused fights and stress, and you're worthy of better than that, aren't you? Good. Don't ever let somebody put rules and regulations or threaten you, any of you. Okay? Screw that. We have terms of relationship. If you don't like the terms, don't enter it. You have terms for them. They don't like it. Don't enter it. Unless both of you agree. But we certainly don't have rules and regulations. And usually that's ended up, you can back that up. You know, what's the difference between terms? Threats. You can't do this. You can't do that. You have to do this. No. Or what? Yeah. People like that will be like that, but why do we follow them or put up with it? Victoria again from the Bay Area. You comment on Will Smith. Can you comment on Will Smith and Jada situation? Am I watching a toxic person running a smear campaign on TV? I can't figure out if she has dropped her narcissistic mask. And correct me if I'm wrong, does that mean that this toxic person is ready to end the situation in a grand finale no matter who gets in her way? Yeah, I made a video about it. And I don't know if you asked me last week, but someone asked me last week and I talked about it. I don't know if you caught that, Victoria. But I also made a video about it a couple weeks ago. It's got both of them on the thumbnail. Feel free to check it out. And yeah, I mean, I'm not going to diagnose anybody, but I will call people narcissistic, very highly narcissistic. And Jada is disgustingly narcissistic. Disgustingly. It's amazing to see people like this that don't understand what they look like, isn't it? They can act like they have our moral values, but you can see that they don't. They can't. They can't fake it forever. The mask does drop. Yeah, just guessing. Jada's been abusing Will Smith for quite a long time, and that's why Will Smith has been on public losing his shit. I mean, his life is deteriorating. His mental health is deteriorating. His family is deteriorating. I'd imagine his career by now is completely deteriorating, being that you are the product when you're an actor. And that doesn't look like a very good product, not one I want. Someone that broken. Now, I have sympathy for him and empathy, big time. Both. Been through crap like this. It's awful. He's got to stand up for himself. I mean, publicly kissing her ass, saying, I'll be with her forever. And she doesn't want anything to do with him. She's cheated on him. She demeans him on camera. And now she came forward saying, we haven't been married. We've been separated. Well, you're still married. It's none of our business. And she's only doing it to devalue Will. And it's sick. She even says, oh, my true love is Tupac. You're married. We don't need to know this. I don't want to know it. It's just disgusting on both ends to completely watch. You're asking if it's a grand finale. I mean, I don't know. I think that she has come out for attention, adoration, and to abuse Will even more. I think she really wants to crush him. And that's what the grand finale is. Thank you, Victoria. Let me know if you can't find the video or something. Emily from South Africa. Hi, Emily. Hi, David. What type of chemicals are released in the brain when you are exposed to long-term narcissistic abuse, and what does it do to your brain? So, the biggest part to talk about is our nervous system, our brain. And we have a sympathetic and parasympathetic. It's meant to keep us safe and feel good, okay? Fight or flight. So you've got your stress chemicals that help you, fight danger or run, okay? And when we take care of that danger, as we do right away, then we have our parasympathetic nervous system that has our feel-good hormones, otherwise known as the acronym DOSE, D-O-S-E. Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins. This comes and relaxes us because of all the stress chemicals. Okay? See someone freak out and usually you just let them. After a couple minutes, they usually calm down. That's what happened. Okay? Unfortunately, when you're 5, you can't stop stress. You can't fight it. You can't tell your parents to stop fighting and pay attention to you. And you can't run out the door. So we're stuck in this stress that causes trauma. These brain chemicals can actually swell our brain. It causes brain damage and damage to our nervous system that can be healed at night. That's how important sleep is. If we don't get away from this source of stress over time, the stress chemicals work really, really well first. They make us see better, hear better, taste better, feel better, faster, stronger, remember better, think faster. All this stuff works very well. Prolonged over time, all of it stops working well. You know, hypersensitivity, okay? And we won't be as fast or as strong. We develop fatigue. We get easily triggered because those stress chemicals just keep coming. And the parasympathetic, the good feeling hormones stop working and they start being released. This is why I get clients that need it on serotonin, oxytocin, and we don't do things that raise our endorphins or dopamine too much because there's always a crash. So much of this is hormonal. You've got drug companies pushing out severe, severe drugs for PTSD. They know just as I do. They should know a lot better and a lot way before I knew this stuff, that is the worst thing you can do. They don't care. I'm trying to get them to administer oxytocin to patients. They won't. Guess why? It's cheap. There's no money to be made off it. But ketamine can be very expensive. So we're going to give soldiers and people ketamine. Give them shots that cut off their nervous system instead of just healing from it. Talking. Getting away from the source and healing. That's it. Which all of us are capable of doing. Everyone. I don't care what this tells you. Okay? Let me know if you have any other questions about that. Thanks, Emily. And YouTube again. Hi, David. YouTube is not counting likes for your video. I press like for your video and it's showing 0 likes. Oh, yeah. Trust me, I know. You leave comments and they disappear. People can't find my videos. You subscribe and it unsubscribes you. These are ways to censor me where YouTube can get away with it instead of just pulling my channel because then it's too obvious. I have so many back and forth emails from YouTube. They pull me. They're not going to look very good. All of you, please, if you're subscribed to the channel, check and make sure, if you could. I'd really appreciate that. If you give a like, leave a comment, it'd be nice if you could check to make sure it's stuck. And I'm really sorry, I don't know how to fix that. I don't think it's a mistake. It's just too coincidental that all of this happens to me. Yeah, all of it. Anything you can imagine. But thanks and thank you for being persistent, Rory, and that you keep trying. And thank you for all of you that support this channel and are persistent about it. Thank you very, very much. Let's see. And last one is Katarina from Serbia leaves a heart. Hi, Katarina. Thank you. And that's it, guys, for all the questions. Let me make sure. Yep, that's it. Thank you, all of you. If you like these, keep asking questions. Vote. Subscribe to the channel. Share it with somebody else. Anybody who wants coaching, you can find me at daviddemars.com. The link's right down below. I'll see you guys in another week. Please love yourself first and consider signing that petition. Thank you. Bye.